Okay. It's all.
That good?
Yeah. Should be.
Okay.
Okay. We will call the public meeting to order. Public meeting is for the purpose of hearing any comments on the fourth addendum to our economic development plan, which allows us to provide some funds for the housing, workforce development, workforce housing study. So if I have any questions or comments.
This is gonna cover the whole county, correct?
Yes.
Okay. One question I had.
Hearing none.
Motion to close the public hearing.
Second.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? So carried. We'll call our regular meeting to order. First item of business is the minutes of the previous meeting. Okay. Any additions or corrections on the minutes?
I make a motion to approve.
Okay. So a second,
I'll second.
all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, so carried. Okay. We'll get into the old business, starts off with Parks and Rec.
Okay, so just wanted to get approval for the payment of the additional side-by-side we purchased. It did split with with Gibson grants money, the cost of that, and wanted the additional to come from the money that was from the Redevelopment Commission.
Any questions?
Didn't we buy one of these?
I did buy one initially, yeah, it's a two-seater, it's a two-wheel drive. We got the additional one we bought it for the split use for when they do use it additionally when they have tournaments on the weekend. So we have one to pick up trash, and that one will be for use with USSSA, for anybody who's renting the facility, and our Parks Department maintenance uses it. They've been using it quite frequently the last 3 weeks, so it was split use, so they could use it through the week, and then we have it at the complex on the weekend.
How's the overall budget?
The budget is doing really well. We still have, the projection is that towards that back turf, right around that $120,000 range, because we were going to use a lot of that to renovate the dirt portion. If you remember, some of that money we're still within that budget for equipment, easy, under what we initially budgeted to. So we're still around that $120,000 will still be used for the back turf. So when that's completed from the RDC fund that we're initially going to use for dirt. So we're still very much on track. If you like to, Chris, I can email it to all you guys, the spreadsheet I have, so you guys can keep track of that.
Yeah.
See where we're at. Yeah, I get it to you.
Where are we at on our total commitment to, you know?
I apologize. I don't have those numbers with me either. I haven't been in the office all week, so.
We're definitely nowhere near the 400.
Oh, yeah, we still have 150 something odd thousand on top of that 120 that's still for the building. So yeah, we're like around half or less than half still remaining. Or a little, well, more than half.
Yeah, a little more than half.
Yeah. I don't know that that's number.
Just an extra item, was this budgeted in there?
Initially it was budgeted because we were gonna get stuff to maintenance the dirt. So it was around $30,000. So from the change, it's additional. You know what I'm saying? But it's, you know what I mean? But it's well under what we initially budgeted. So I still think we're gonna come out this fine.
Well, that's what I'm looking at your budget. You only got one side to sign on your budget.
Right. And that was added too after the fact, Danny, was initially that was for like an ABI force or something to do dirt maintenance, which was around, I think it was around
I'm just
30,000.
looking at what you gave us in December, at 11.5 for a side by side, nothing else on there for any kind.
Yeah, and you're right. And that was after the fact that we changed from going from dirt to turf. I was talking about like from initial, when we were gonna just do a few dirt on the back board and renovate those. It was a $30,000 number initially. And then I changed it. No, we're just gonna do turf. We would just need that one side by side. And that's, so yeah, that's what changed.
Any other comments? Do I hear a motion?
I'll make that motion. I'll second it.
Motion second to approve payment of the 80s of the, huh? Yeah.
It's a 403.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. 8654. Okay, motion is second. Any discussion on the motion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
No,
So carried.
Don, if you don't mind too, just Brian brought this to my attention. I wanted to give you guys an update too, just on the tournaments out there. So as of this year, as we get, our last tournament will be the first weekend in November, which will make 24 for the year. Financially doing strong as well with that. What we're doing out there to make it that self-sustaining entity that we wanted it to be. So I appreciate what you guys have done to help us out there. Next year should be at least easy 30, probably a little over 30 tournaments for the year. We're gonna fulfill that here for the next week. Get that calendar filled out. So we're totally full all the way from March 1 to July 1. So we're the fair weeks and next year already. Thank you guys.
thank Danny. And a big spoiler. Do what?
I do have to go volleyball,
Okay.
so I will see you guys later. Thank you.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Adams Township, we got a bill from, a request, an invoice that they received from OK Construction. That brings it right up to $650. Okay.
You said they did get it to remove permit.
Yeah, they got us for certificate of occupancy finally, so many years.
It's about does him, doesn't it?
Huh?
Doesn't this just about do?
Yeah. Yeah, 63 cents, I believe, underneath. We did. Approved. Any questions?
I'll make a motion to approve paying this in. I'll second.
Any comments? Okay, all those in favor of paying this invoice, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same. Carried. We're not here tonight. County will be here. They're not. Okay. City of Greensburg. We received for the paving of Michigan Avenue. see the price, and they're asking for $671,659.
I never looked back. Is that what we agreed on? Something like that?
We actually had allocated a little bit.
You're supposed to
750.
Yeah.
But not to exceed half of it.
Huh?
I think up to 750, but not to exceed half.
Half the total cost. That's what they're asking for is half, so. So. Any other questions on it?
I'll make a motion we approve.
Second.
Any discussion?
Kind of where our money comes from.
Huh?
Kind of where our money comes from, right?
All those in favor of paying that invoice, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Okay, any other old business? I'll move into the new business. First item is, I sent you I love this, resolution confirming resolution of of what we adopted in May. Hope we have time to read that, but what that is, that's the final step in the process. Need to approve this resolution. And it is number 2025-2.
-3, 2.
So. Do I have any questions on that?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
All those in favor of approving the resolutions, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Good, Brian.
Okay, thank you so much for that work. Incidentally, I got we made some adjustments to the first draft, but we have a draft of it completed. So is it okay if I send it to you? You can send it around to the
Yeah.
other folks?
I get it.
Now, again, this is just a draft, so take a look, and if you see anything that you want more, let me know. I think it's by Tuesday, if possible. We can add that in the second round, but proceeding nicely.
Good.
Appreciate the support.
Okay. Anything else on that? Okay, if not, next, Rick.
Hey, evening, everybody. I'm here on behalf of Decatur County Fairgrounds, I suppose. Dennis Vogel's here with me today. We're here to ask the commission, first of all, I guess, tell you a little bit about our project. I gave you all copies of what we're doing out at the fairgrounds, what's being done at the fairgrounds. I say we, I'm not involved in it as deeply as what like Danny is or Dennis is, but what we're talking about is the community building right now. It's under construction currently. It'll house the extension office in the future, free up some space on the other side of the road for other projects. On the bottom, on the back side of that first page, under the community building listing, this building will be kind of the pivot point, the center of attention for the fairgrounds. Hopefully, the new community building will seat over 600 people. As we've seen in the past, we've needed a place to host events. I make my living in the ag business, and we've had opportunities to provide training different things like that, a place to pull a sprayer in there, a combine or some large equipment, to do some training for folks in the community. So I think that's important, and it'll be a really nice spot where you don't have to rely just on the cattle barn down there to host wedding receptions, different things like that. This thing will be equipped. It's a multi-use facility. It'll have audio video systems. It'll have a large door that will be able to bring large equipment in and out, things of that nature. And again, it's going to be heavily used during the fair, 4-H activities, things of that nature will be involved in it. You want to add anything to that?
Sure. I think that from what we've seen, I spent quite a bit of time out there over the past and during the fair, just talking to people. There's a lot of interest in the facility to be used. I do have a few penciled in dates already next year, and I said, well, we got to get the doors on it first. So there's a couple of people interested in it for wedding receptions. Personally, myself, I really want to push it towards more of that event type training, expos and things like that. Did talk with a gentleman out there, lives here in Greensburg. He's belongs to a national gun club. He'd like to bring a national show here next year, things like that. But I told him that let's get the building up first. So there is a lot of interest in it. I think it'd be good for our community just from the standpoint of 4-H. I've even reached out to the FFA leaders and things like that to, just bring people here instead of going other places and, have these events here. So I think so far, we're in that phase where we're trying to raise $800,000 right now. And so that can be monies. That can also be some in-kind, because we've had some people do some in-kind work for us. We do have ready monies that have been approved, and God bless the governor if he finally starts letting go of some of that. And but I think that'll happen. And so we're really excited to get this going. And I'm glad Rick had, got it set up to where we can come and talk to you this evening and see if there's anything you can do to help us.
There's opportunity, as Dennis said, and I think I've got this right. Brian, you can chime in too, but the $800,000 is required to match some of the ready funds that are coming through. So we have to have some public monies or some outside monies from other than ready. I think all of the projects that are slated out there for improvement are going to be in just a little bit north of $4 million, I think, in that neighborhood. This building will be in that $2 million range, I believe, something like that. So there's all levels that we could go with this. We could put a number that could be repeated, in two, on a 5-year program, a 3-year program, whatever the finances of the commission can do. But
the monies that we're raising are actually running through the community foundation. We have something set up over there already. And so the donations and everything like that will go through the community foundation. So that way it'll be, they can do the tax papers and all that straight for us. And the donation can be spread over 3 to 5 years. If some people just want to do it once, but if something wants to be laid out for 5 years, that would be fine too.
And, you guys, it seems, don't talk in numbers very much less than hundreds of thousands of dollars typically when you do some of these things. So I think we'd be remiss to say we'd like to ask for some generous support, but certainly understand that this is a project, one of many that you guys have to look at, and would appreciate any consideration that we have. I think we fit the purpose, because it is throughout the community we'll use this facility. And so I think it might fit coming to you guys to ask for some support. Anything else? Okay. If you have any questions, we're here tonight to ask or to try to answer them or find the answer if we don't have it. If we need to attend future meetings for discussion, we'll make ourselves available to do that as well.
It's covered under our approved
Well, here's how I look at it. If the ball diamond is, this would be too.
Didn't the ball diamond fall under parks and sorts of things?
Let me pull up.
Rick said it qualifies, so we should take his word for it.
Let me recommend you not do that. You could take Brian Robinson's word for a lot of things, but not Rick.
I've already gone through, what, 5 months of work to get something added to that.
Not right there. There's no- All the addendums. Wait a minute. Let's see. Oh, here it is. Okay. Let's see. And the closest one would be, it says add to construction of public ways, sidewalks and parks or recreational areas in serving or benefiting the area.
That's what we used for the ball diamonds.
Yeah, but. So this could.
Let me just say that we would probably host a lot of volleyball tournaments in that large area, so we might be able to do that.
I would think recreational would cover, yeah, I would think recreational side of that would be. Because basically, that's what the ballpark is the recreation area.
What's that?
The ball diamonds are a recreational area. I would think this would fall into this category.
They're going to designate as a multi-purpose facility.
I was also going to add, and I forgot to, is when Jeremy went to the state and was talking about this and everything, the other thing he did is he had to take letters of support. So we do have a letter of support from Honda and a couple other facilities here to support the building as well. So we got some good support from us.
Commercial buildings that support home, industrial buildings benefit the area.
I think this is also going to be a facility that could be used for training.
Yeah.
And
And Honda talked to me at the fair, and then I went and stopped at the Power of the Pass and talked to me. They're very interested in doing some regional training here. And because we can set it up, because it'll be set up to where it'll have, I think it's either 6 or 8 TVs in there, and then they'll have one large screen. And they could easily put 400 people in there. And that's still with plenty of room to move around and things like that. Now they're doing it in just small groups over and over and over. So this could really help them a lot. And so they quizzed me a lot. And I said, well, how big a screen do you want? So I met with Delta Pulsar last night. They're very interested in supporting helping.
So Rick, you said it's a $2 million project for the building.
A little north of that, yeah, I think.
And how much ready funds are?
This is a 1.1.
1.9.
yeah, 1.9.
But to get that, how much needs to be raised?
I've been told $800,000.
Yeah, we're trying to raise 800. I know the county has monies in there well, about 1.2. And then those, if you look at that back page, some of the you know, the restrooms we've already redone for the farm and home building, the drainage tiles for the, horse arena, the track, we've already done that. So there are some other things that we're in the process of doing there. REMC is supposed to be helping us go ahead and start burying all the overhead lines and, you know, things like that. That should be starting here very soon. And that's what made the list. The list is a little bit bigger, to be honest with you. There's some
Yeah.
other things that I think could be done out there, some more paving and some things like that, but that can come at a later date. Let's try this fish first.
It will allow for, probably a few more spots for the fair. There's an awning on the back side of it that would appear to me as spaces that people could come in and display things, and local businesses, things of that nature could use it, that sort of thing.
There will be air
It will
conditioning,
be.
heat and air. So, and for the 4-H, you know, next year, maybe a lot of those, all those, drawings and all those things kids take, those projects can all be in there as well, so it's spread all over.
Is the existing commercial building going away then, or?
Not at the moment. It's that I'm aware of. It's not going away yet. Now,
No, we're trying to keep it.
yeah, those,
That's been our argument, to keep the extension office.
Not the extension of the commercial building.
Commercial building.
No, commercial building's not going anywhere. No. No, that
there just was some remodel to that building not
kind of
long
been on
ago.
this since the inception. And the building they're building is for 4-H projects during the fair. That way we're not scattering them all out. You know what I mean? They'll all be one big building.
It's like the stuff that's in the farm and home building within, that's displayed in there.
Well, that's the open class and farm
Yeah.
building. It may stay in there, but big building for 4-H, but if you noticed this last year, a quarter of the commercial building was taken up with 4-H. And they crammed all they could cram into the headquarters building.
Yeah.
So this opens up. And
And you really don't know what it could bring. I mean, we do, cheer fund out of the cattle barn now, drive through. Maybe it would open up opportunity to do that in a better way.
Yeah, I'm sure once.
With
it's built,
heat
all
and
kinds
stuff
of
like
uses
that
will
in
be found
there.
for it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So that's what we want to come and visit with you all about tonight. You know, if we can help you with anything between now and the next meeting, that'd be great. You know, a 3-year commitment of $100,000 to be a year would be tremendous.
That was going to be my, so do you have a number in mind?
No, I don't really. I don't have, but, you know, it kind of comes down to when you're on the United Fund Board in the past or the Community Foundation Board, your hands out to a lot of people in this community, and they are always as generous as they can be. And if we can get some of this funding, and we don't have to ask Stones and you know, KFAB and all the other people, maybe that's probably a good thing for other areas that they could donate to or provide money to. Now, it's just kind of an obvious comment, but that's what I think about on that front. So if it's within a budget and then you guys are all comfortable with it and can support any number, I think we'll take that ball and run with it and build on it as we go. So, any other questions?
Have on this thing here that flexible payment plans up to 5 years. Is that your finance period or?
The commissioners have all that stuff that they're working on that end, but do you know, Brian, on that, how that?
From a ready standpoint, that they can accept stuff over 5
Up to
years
5 years.
as far as matches.
So the money, the 800,000, what we can do is that can be spread out. It don't have to all be $800 like by the end of the year. It can be spread out from what we get.
Or ready funds released based on match then.
The ready funds will be released, well, yeah, based on committed match, and the county has committed that match to it, so that, as the process goes, and unfortunately, as Dennis alluded to, it's been much slower than we had anticipated. We're ready to, but as that is released, they'll be able to submit, it's a repayment situation, so they'll be able to, well, not a repayment, but a payment situation where they will submit the invoices from the construction of the building. They'll be paid by the state, and then any extras beyond that amount will be covered by the 800,000.
What you've got in front of you is a information sheet that was put together. If I was going to go buy Brian a cup of coffee and we would talk about Brian donating to it, or,
I'm really strapped right now.
I understand, but, so there's some numbers on there that really are kind of lower than what we might expect from here, but I shouldn't say expect, but hope for.
I will say the READY program represents a very, very unique opportunity for the county for a $800,000 investment to, I've done the math before I started talking.
Yeah, it's a big number.
Double, triple
Yeah.
that investment. And one, there's no assurances that the READY program is going to continue after this. So why don't we take that?
Any other questions? Do you need a commitment tonight?
I don't think we do, no.
I want you to take your time, think about it, and just let us know.
Make sure it fits in the wheelhouse of the commission, all that,
Okay.
we want to do it right. We don't want
Any thoughts, man?
to skirt the edges.
I'm supportive of it. I just need to spend time on what we have committed.
That's the way I am. I would like to see our financials before I throw a number out there.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's the right thing to do. So, yeah. Thanks, everybody. Appreciate your time.
Thank you very much.
We'll put it on the agenda for next.
And if
I'll
you,
give you all the finance.
yeah, if you could send that.
I'll send that spreadsheet to you.
Yeah.
You can take a look at
When is the next third
it. Number state.
Third Wednesday? Okay. I'll plan on being here just
October
in case.
Yeah, 15th of October.
Okay. Very good.
All right. Okay. The other item of business is an invoice from Ice Attorney. That covers what they've done over the past 6 months.
Just come out of the administration.
Yeah, we can take it out of the administrative account. That would be about the administrative account right now is a little over 30,000.
I got much choice in paying it, do we? That's what I get from getting an education.
Very short.
I'll make a motion to pay Ice.
A second,
I'll second.
any discussion? Okay, all those in favor of paying the invoice, say aye. Opposed, nay? So carried. Any other business tonight? Next, October 17th, the next meeting, we'll have you on the list.
Thank you. We'll be here.
And also, the next meeting, I think I told you, we need to work on spending plan for the next year. Don't miss that. It's required to be like state law. So, we can talk about that. And I will get all of you the spreadsheet showing where we're at, and what we got left. Anything else?
Motion to adjourn.
Second? Second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? So carried.
You gotta turn this
Turn it off.
You do, you probably won't take. You don't have a clue. Yeah, there, Matt, you're the one who plays that thing all the time.